Hello, everyone. Hi, it's Michelle Howe. Please let me know you're here. I don't usually come on at night at 7 o'clock, but today was an unusually busy day and I switched things around on us so I could focus on one task that needed to be done. Um, Good evening, good day, wherever you are. This is part 3 of a 3-part series on eliminating the fear factor. I decided to go into this topic because of all the things in the world that really can take us down and take a toll on us, it's fear. So if we can proactively step into fear, knowing that fear doesn't take us down, then we've got a really good recipe for stepping and moving forward in a way that is more empowering than what I see a lot of us doing in the world. Now, fear is a very natural, normal emotion. It serves a purpose. Just like love, there is fear. And just like we learned fear, we learn to love. Except one feels much better than the other. And if you're empathic at all, and everybody in this group is empathic, your natural focus, your natural desire is going to lean towards love. That's where it's at. That comes natural to you. Fear is something you learned along the way. Now, there is a place for fear. There's a place for it. We often will instill a little bit of fear in our children, intentionally or unintentionally, to keep them safe. Don't touch the hot stove, right? Don't go across the street without looking both ways, right? Don't go too fast down the street with your motorcycle. Be careful who you're talking to. Like, we are always giving advice in order to protect the people in our family, the people that we love, all right? Inevitably, that is something. It turns into something more. It turns into a way of being in the world. So, if anybody is here, could you please let me know you're here? Like a like or hello or hi, Michelle. Um, I'd love to hear that. I know everyone's probably hanging out, relaxing, getting on with their night, right? So, I don't want to keep you too long. I want to give this training and share as much as I can. Um, I have to say to you guys that eliminating anything that is intangible, which emotions, fear, you can't put your hands on it, right? But it grips you, anxiety, it's there. Um, you worry. These are habits, and then again, they're ingrained and they're subconscious and they happen. And the moment we spotlight something, it will go away. It will go away because you're much bigger than that little thing that seems to be causing all this craze in front of us. You have the capacity and the intelligence to move beyond anything that comes before you, as long as you can spotlight it and see what it is for what it is. To be afraid of it gives it power versus you having power. Now, I did the first 2 trainings and I went over a little bit of this, but basically, when I did the poll in the group, and I did the poll on my public page, and I did the poll on my personal page, it turned out that the number one fear really had more to do with a feeling of belonging and a feeling of being normal and a feeling of being safe in the world and a feeling of everything is going to be okay despite this and despite that. And those are those insecure emotions that say we're not good enough, the world's not safe enough, these people are bad, these people are good. All right, I get it. I get it. There are lots of nasty things in the world. There are lots of really good things in the world. And if you're one of those really good things, life is going to bring more of those good things your way. Just because vibrationally you are only a match for good things. You're only looking for good things. Mind you, there's lots of things that shine bright and seem like they're really good things, right? But those really shiny, bright things really lose their luster very quickly. You're looking for the things that are steadfast and there, period. They're there. Good and bad, they're there. They're reliable. They're predictable. They're stable. So that emotionally, you're not dealing with ups and downs and ups and downs. That's like the worst thing for an empath, is to be in that kind of a roller coaster. All right. So some people love it. That's an adrenaline rush, and that's fine. But I'm telling you, for me, and probably for most of you, it's not a win-win. It's not ideal. So I talked about before what fear is telling you. Fear is telling you it's bringing an insecurity to the table. It's telling you something doesn't feel right. There's something that's not flowing with this. And how do you tell whether it's fear or intuition? Fear has a negative tone to it. It's emotional. Fear is emotional. Intuition does not have an emotion to it. It is just there. Intuition, you know and you feel. It's not emotional. Now, if you're talking about life or death, right? Adrenaline will kick in. Fear is good. You'll move forward. You'll get out of the way. You'll recognize something is not good for you. Intuition is something we're cultivating as we step into this role, as we become more of who we are, which is empaths on an awakening journey. All right. So we created fear because we couldn't see. This human experience, we can't see all the way around us. We don't know everything. There's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of good energy and not so good energy, heavy versus light energy. However you want to define it, it's there. We have the risk of, in any day, having an accident, getting sick, not as much winning the lottery, right? But we have the capacity to have good things happen during our days as well. So this life is good things and then not so good things. And it's not like you can put in like a recipe for only good things, please. That wouldn't be the recipe of life. You didn't come here for only good things, please. You came here for challenges and good things, and challenges and good things. So the rhythm will always be that. And when the rhythm goes challenges that are devastating and I can't get up anymore, you have forgotten somewhere along the way to lift yourself back up, to lift yourself back up. So the number one reason I see for a lot of the things that emotionally take us down is because we are looking for outside validation. We're looking to fit in. We're looking for something to give us something or someone to give us something instead of self-generating it from the inside and knowing what you need in order to feel good. All right? Addictions, drinking, smoking, whatever it is, they're there to help us cope. Food, same thing, help us cope. They're bad habits that then turn into an addiction. So it is imperative for us to take the initiative to see this stuff first. See, become aware of what something is before you let something take over your life. They're not in charge. You're in charge. You're in charge. You can destroy your life or you can help yourself. And you know the things you need help with because they're the same things that will take you down, that make you feel bad. So you have to find solutions to those things that deplete you. They deplete you. They don't feel good. You're not here to be in pain. And if you ignore it with a habit that is not ideal, eventually you will get stuck in that, and then it'll be harder to get out of that. So if you are in any situation where something isn't really good at all, you need to take a step or two or even more to get out of it before it gets worse. Because it's not going to get better unless you change something up. You have to change something up. So I talk in here, I did a webinar, so I'm taking a lot of the material from a webinar that I did. What's your relationship with fear? Do you address it head on? Do you run the other way? Do you ignore it? Do you numb it? What do you do? There are actually two different ways. Your options are, you can live with fear every day, right? You can react to it. You can live with it. You can tell it where to go. You can make it more, right? Or you can move beyond it. So there's two ways of doing this. You can react or you can respond. And in your response, the goal is, the intention is either you like it and you want to keep it going. I like this worrying thing. I'm going to keep doing it every day. I like this this fear that I have of success. It keeps me right where I am. A little sarcasm, but you must recognize what the price is of what you're doing to yourself. When you can be honest and truthful, you can move beyond anything. You can move mountains for that matter. All right? So when we react, we are either feeding, engaging, dancing, freezing, hiding, ignoring, running. The goal is always safety. We're reacting to something. Something catches us off guard, we're afraid, we react, right? Nothing wrong with that, perfectly normal. But how many times is the same thing going to come your way and you're going to react? That's your question. The other option you have is to respond. Respond means you've looked at it. You know what it is. There's an awareness there, and you have a solution for it. Even if it means you're slightly uncomfortable or a little bit more uncomfortable, you know you are going to move beyond it. All right? So something to keep in mind is that a lot of times we don't know why we do things. We do them. We do them subconsciously. We don't know why until we become more introspective about that situation and we face it head on. So an emotion, vibe, or feeling. What is fear? An emotion, vibe, or feeling that informs you of a real or perceived danger, risk, or threat. It's real or perceived. Does it matter? It's still there, right? Doesn't matter. Fear provides you with a message. Fear provides you with an opportunity. All right. So there's 4 top questions that I want you guys to write down because these are important. Once you have narrowed down and your intention is to face what it is that you're afraid of, number 1 question is, why am I afraid to blankety blank, whatever it is. I'm afraid to speak my truth. I'm afraid to take this job. I'm afraid to send my resume. I'm afraid to make a goal to lose weight. I'm afraid to start a new business. I'm afraid to walk down the road. I'm afraid to go to the grocery store. You write it out and you go down to the real reason of why that fear exists ultimately. Because we say a lot of things to ourselves. Is that really why we're afraid? Not always, right? So number 2 question is, what is this fear really about? Tell me what it's really, really about. And when you read that, when you write that, how much of that is a dramatization and how much of that is fact? How much is real? Okay? In order so you can calm yourself back down, you got to calm down. Number 3, what is the price of me having this fear? What is the price? What is the intensity of it? What is the price? Some fears don't bother anybody. It's not a big deal. Okay, I'm afraid to go up the mountain. I'm afraid of heights to a certain degree, right? To a certain degree. I can still do it. It's not impacting my day-to-day life. Not a big deal. Some of your fears will be impacting more things. If you um, have a fear of speaking to your boss about a situation that's very important, or a fear of speaking up in the middle of a meeting. That is a very it's a big fear in one way only, because it's going to inhibit your growth professionally if you can't speak. And a lot of times we have not gotten training on how to speak. We've done it, we've seen it, we're doing it by role model, by what's been around us all our lives, but have we truly cultivated the art of speaking and communication? I wish all of us would take a course on this and get really up to par with speaking our truth. That's huge. Um, so it's knowing what that fear is costing you. What is it? How intense is it? Do I want to move beyond this or not? If I have resentment in my family, and I'm afraid of confronting my sister or talking to my sister, or I'm afraid of even going near my family because they are this, they're that, they're all these other things. That fear lives in me. Put a spotlight on it, change the names if you want to it, but make peace with whatever it is that you're doing, so it doesn't reside in you, as because fear is disguised as guilt, resentment, all these other things that kind of hide in the background, and we don't want them there. We want them to stay away. Actually, we want them to disappear. We want them to like go away, right? Hi Teresa, nice to see you. um so what's the price you're paying? What can I do? The fourth question is, what can I do to move through this fear? What can I do? What can you do to move through this fear? You don't have to eat the elephant all at once. You can take a bite, and then another bite, and then another bite, and then before you know it, there's no elephant left. It's just you're someplace else. Life is not meant to be a stalemate of you being the same all the time. We are meant to progress forward, to shift and to change. So, beyond all that, if you really have fears that hold you back, that are really hard for you to um, feel good in life, enjoy the flow of life, then you have to be more proactive and either do private sessions with someone. um, if that doesn't work, do it on your own. There's lots of programs out there doing them on your own. But if you really need help, reach out. There are other people in the world that know this stuff and that can help you. There's actually amazing people in the world that can help you. What I do, I teach about being empathic. I teach about clearing emotional blocks, mental blocks. I teach about what it is to connect with spirit and have spirit help you clear things in your body so you can feel more connected and more whole in who you are. Every single one of you empaths, whether you're beginners or you're a little bit further down the road, are in the process of clearing lots of things from your energy body, your families, your ancestral line. There's a huge number of things that we're all doing here. And it starts by getting up to par with what this actually is. And it starts by developing who you are, strengthening your heart, trusting your guidance, trusting yourself, and investing that time and energy in creating a feeling and a life that you love, despite what's going on around you. Okay? So there's a lot going on around you. The moment you are able to shift who you are, everything shifts around you. I do have healing circles twice a month. They used to be complimentary in the group, and now I charge something small for the month. If you guys are interested, let me know. There's going to be a sign up post tomorrow for that. So you can sign up there and try them out for yourself. See what you like. See what you're capable of, because as empaths, we are in a unique position to truly pave the way for ourselves and then for others. And because the world is going through such a shift right now, there's a lot of people in pain. Don't Be careful to stay in your own energy. Be careful to take into value your own journey more than other people's journeys all around you, because empaths love to help, which is great. But if you are not taking care of yourself or taking this seriously, inevitably things are going to catch up, which is okay, but just giving you fair warning that this is happening. Um, and last but not least, I have an event called Expansion to Joy coming. The first one is this October, then there'll be some more next year. And going forward, it's a 3-hour retreat type event done privately. My goal is to educate, uplift, give you guys a taste of what it feels like to activate your energy body and see what that is about, and experience for yourselves just how strong and what this road looks like. So if you're interested in it, if you have a friend that you would like to invite, please share as much as possible. I have a big message to bring, and I'd like to be able to see this go forward. It is going forward, but I have certain skills and I don't have other skills. So my job is to teach and to hold the space for us to truly step into what it is we're here to do and to be. I am going to leave you guys now, since it's been a very quiet time here in the group. Hi, Teresa. I hope you're still here. If you guys have any comments, please leave a comment. Ask your questions. I'm going to come back and take a look at this thread again. If you're watching this in the replay, just let me know at replay. Any and all of those are fine. If you're in the group, thank you for being here. Remember, I I hope that you're getting something out of being here. If you have other questions, if you have specific topics, don't be shy. Absolutely, send me a message, write a post in the group. It's our group. Okay? I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for being here.